We have guest after guest come on to this podcast, and we talk about what are your tips for people who are getting into SaaS early on. And the first thing they say is don't do it. Absolutely don't get into it. It is horrible to sacrifice. I worked 1,000 hours a day. I sacrificed my family. I'll never get the time back.
Do they really? Brutal.
Wow. Almost invariably.
I've been there, done that. All these things are resonant. It's like, I've never felt so seen as you're saying these things.
But at the end of it, you will also ask them, so was it worth it? And almost every one of them say, well, yeah. But it's because they're on the other side of this great idea or a great organization.
If we had all the data on people who successfully start up companies, a couple things would be true. One is the overwhelming majority fail. If I could reach into the minds of the founders and potential founders in Arizona and just flip one bit, the one bit I would flip is go work at a company before you start a company.
There's a common adage that cheap is expensive, which I believe in a big way. I think a lot of people think, oh, great, we're going to do this entire thing in JavaScript. We're going to have Angular and React, and we're going to have Node on the back end, and we'll do the whole thing top to bottom JavaScript. Then all we have to do is hire JavaScript developers, and they're so cheap.
What I like most about AI is it helps people do what they don't do very well much better. You're an expert in one thing or three things. AI lets you be kind of an expert in, well, at least good enough in a lot of areas that maybe aren't your strong suit. That's been the sweet spot of AI for me.
AI forward starts with the mindset of the organization. Even before AI gets into the product, they are experimenting with the product already, but I don't necessarily think that's a first criteria. It really is about the mindset of the organization. Usually I would say it probably comes from leadership, so the CEO or someone in the C-suite making a statement that AI adoption within the organization, right?
So I'm going to start my next SaaS app, start Drip, and I'm going to be so good at it from the start. I'm going to hit product market fit on day one because I'm super smart. I know exactly what people need. And then launching it, plateauing, and almost running out of money, like almost having to fire 3 developers. And I kept saying, like looking in the mirror, like, I thought you knew how to do this, man. Like you've written 2 books on this topic, but it turns out even those who know how to do it, the second, third, fourth time is still quite hard.
And if somebody's motivated and they want to figure something out, I mean, you can't stop them. You might be able to kill them, but you can't actually stop them, right? It's impossible. And just like if they're not motivated, it's almost impossible to motivate them. If you think about the extremes of this, it's just amazing what people can do with very limited resources if they're properly motivated versus the kind of resources that get squandered when they're not.
Is there an additional hurdle that a founder entering a crowded space has to clear for you to be interested, or is it a bit of skepticism you have to kind of talk through as to why, especially if it looks very similar to something else?
If they can clearly articulate why their company should exist in a crowded market space, then yeah. If they can't, then I don't know why we would be investing in the company.